stream for. Maybe quick, maybe a little longer. I don't know. I might start pacing. That's really when I get my best ideas. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like when I'm on the phone with someone, like if I'm not pacing, then I don't care about you. If you ever catch me on the phone with someone and I'm not walking around the room, I'm not um, moving in some way, just know I don't like you. What's up, just one human? Why'd you say boo? You're eating right now? Damn. What'd you think of the food my girlfriend made me? Didn't it look really good? I ate so much of it. I literally had to like just. I went into a food coma after. I'm trying to think. Was that the only solid food I ate yesterday? Probably was. It made you hungry. Yeah, it made you hungry at like 4 a.m. That's the worst feeling. The worst feeling in the world is when you wake up starving and like you want to eat so bad, but you're just so tired and like you can't decide if you want to just sit there starving as you're trying to fall asleep or get up and go make food. I feel like that's the biggest dilemma known to man. How's everything with you? Everything good? My sinuses will not clear. This is like the longest I've been like I wouldn't say I'm sick. It's been like a cold, but this is the longest I've had a cold for. It's been like almost a week and a half. The worst feeling is when you find a comfy. Yes, that is very true as well. Like waking up in the middle of the night and having to go to the bathroom. That as well. Monday's pretty bad as well. I mean, I think it depends on your Monday schedule. Like if you're working a 9 to 5, it's terrible. But if you're doing other stuff, then it's not as bad. But definitely, or if you're in school, school Mondays also suck. I mean, school in general is like so dumb. It doesn't educate people. It inculcates them. It teaches them what to think, not how to think. That's really the big issue with school. That's why everyone finds it so boring. Like if there was just more creative elements to school, if there was more passion behind it, if there was actually discovering who you are, I think people would really enjoy school and society would really go forward. But again, bureaucracy, they have to do everything in numbers, they have to do everything so they can track it. If there's not improving test scores, they won't get funding. It's really just a cyclical issue. What's the subject today? Whatever you want it to be. Actually, within reason, not no crazy shit, but just talking. What's up, Dil Barhar? I hope I said that right. We were just talking about like the worst feelings. So I was saying when you wake up starving, just when human was saying when you have to pee and you find a comfy spot on your pillow, and Spectre was saying Monday. Yeah, my receding hairline is the subject. I'm good. How are you? Greetings from Morocco. Greetings from the U.S. What gang you in? I'm not in a gang. What? Like what? Why would you think I'm in a gang? I'm so confused. You believe in God, of course. I think everyone believes in something, and belief in something is belief in the greater. I mean, it's like even atheists, they believe in science above everything. They will trust a statistic just because it was put out by an authority, even if you question it. They will never cede any ground on it. So I mean, in essence, I think everyone believes in something greater than themselves. It's just, do you attribute that to a unknown force or do you attribute it to nothing? Which again is the same thing. But hey, Dad, Mom said after your live stream, no, I left you guys for a reason. When you were born, I saw what you looked like. I was like, that's not my kid. I just left. What's my favorite color? I don't really have a favorite color. Do you identify as a Christian? That's a good question. Depends what you define Christian as. Like I think Jesus is the best. Like the best. Like I don't even know how to say this. I feel like he is the strongest example to live by. Um, I mean, Buddha is pretty good. Lao Tzu is pretty good as well. I really love the allegory and the metaphysical interpretations of the Bible. So I would say I'm a Christian, but I'm not a Gnostic. I'm not. I guess you could say mystic. Mystic is the best way to approach it. I don't really care about the historical attributes of the Bible. Like I really like the esoteric. I really like the exegesis of the Bible. First like, thank you. Wow, leaving me just one human? That's crazy. Yeah, like to define my beliefs is very hard because I don't believe in like set systems. Like I think every belief system has something convincing about it, but it inherently becomes limited because we're trying to conceptualize the idea of God in a human form. Like we can't conceptualize everything. We can't conceptualize the universe. Like there's certain things we'll never understand. So like the strict doctrinal elements to every religion, I don't conform to. Wow, how could you leave me for so long? It's not fair. Literally my worst mod. But yeah, I don't know if that made any sense. That's just how I view things. Your cat almost died. Why? What'd you do? What'd you do to your cat? It does. Okay. Yeah, like I sometimes I struggle to explain this to people. Like, um, I wouldn't even call them fundamentalists, but like my one of my uncles is like one of those Bible thumpers where like that's the Bible's the end all be all. Like if you don't read the Bible, you can't be a good person. And like I can't explain these things. You know what I mean? It's like certain people just are too wrapped up in a certain idea. Like it's one thing to have convictions about something, but it's another to have those convictions come at the expense of your understanding and your ability to converse with other people. What's up, Drew Bear? Hope I said that right. It got hit by a car. What the fuck? Is it okay? I feel like cats are weird because like you could say a cat got hit by a car and I would completely believe that it just walked away. Whereas like a dog, it's different. I like your hair, thank you. If you do my challenge, don't create spam accounts to follow me. I don't want more subscribers. I want people that actually like my channel. Don't do that. If that honestly makes it worse for me because now I have 20 more subscribers that don't watch my content. So don't do that. What's up, Abul Bulaith? Challenge? I'm not doing a challenge, bro. I'm just trying to stream. Like I don't need subscribers. I don't need anything. I just want to come on here and talk and have good conversations. The subscribers will come. Like the number doesn't matter. I think this is a big thing people don't understand. It's like it doesn't matter the amount of subscribers you have. Like Boogie298 has he literally has 4 million subscribers and he gets like 5,000 views on his videos. Like subscribers aren't everything. It's like you need people to actually care about you. Like I mean that's the mistake I made on my other channel. I have 5,000 subs on there and the growth is terrible simply because I was doing it all for subscribers. It's all about people actually caring about you. Drop your hair routine. I yeah, I will. I will. I know you guys are jealous. You could play the character in Hitman. Is that a good thing? Do you think morality is objective or subjective? I think it's. I mean, it's both. I think to say that morality is subjective is like there's certain things that everyone finds reprehensible, but then we have things like the dropping the nuclear bombs on Japan, and nobody complains about that. Everyone complains about the Nuremberg trials, but why is Truman not there? You know what I mean? Like I don't think that like it's fairly applied across the board. And that's really why I would say it's subjective. But again, like nobody is saying that like nobody could really justify pedophilia. Nobody could really justify murder. Like there's certain things that are unjustifiable, but again, it's like it's a sliding scale. Like I'm sure there's instances in history. Like I mean, if you've heard about 8 to 80 during World War II, like it's just I think like we want to fit everything into one box, but that's not humanity. That's not existence. What's my favorite song? Probably "Strangers in the Night." Drop real advice for the people watching. I mean, I feel like I have been this whole time. You look like a nice person. Thank you. Mr. Clean, hello. How'd you know? Want to play a game? Probably not. It's not a bad thing. Okay. I don't speak Arabic. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I think people really, I mean, people read Nietzsche once and they're like, everything's subjective. It's like, it is and it isn't. It's just a paradox. It's like, it's the same thing as like the meaning to life. Like, there's no meaning to life, which is the meaning. Like, if there was a set meaning to life, then that means you'd have to go down a set path. Whereas since there's no given meaning, you have to find the meaning. Like it's that paradox, it's that element of humanity. I think a lot of people aren't comfortable with the idea that like these fundamental questions we have about existence are paradoxes, and it's something that you have to ponder day in, day out. Whereas like everyone wants it to fit one ideology, everyone wants it to fit this or fit that, and that's where it becomes, yeah. Yeah, what was your best friend talking about? Wasn't it like you texted her after? I don't really remember. Give me the synopsis. Your name's Gavin. You're in the hospital. I'm sorry, Gavin. Hope everything gets better. Just keep your head up and ensure that you know you're thinking positively. That's the one thing I can say. It's like don't let whatever the doctor tells you define you. Like you're much stronger than that, and just you know believe in yourself. I don't know why people come in here and try to troll and just say something not funny and weird. What did you do? Just weird. What's up, Supar? How's everything? She blocked you? Damn. Why'd she block you? What did that person say, Powerpuff Princess? Did they say anything? I really don't care if you ban people. It's not a big deal. But I don't know if you were here last night, but we had it. I literally had to take someone's mod away because they just kept. Anytime anyone would criticize this guy, he just kept timing him out. So it's just you're crying for 40 minutes straight. Yeah, there's like I was just wondering if it said anything. Why were you crying for 40 minutes? What's up, Dallas? How's everything? Talking in other languages. I mean, that's not really unless you know it's something bad. Don't ban it. It's fine. Like unless it's just they're spamming it. Unless they're like, you could read whatever language it was. It just she blocked you. Why'd she block you? It sounds like a bad friend to me. Yeah, don't worry, Powerpuff is, but it's not a big deal. I was just saying that because last night we were running into issues. This one dude just kept timing people out for no reason whatsoever, and it was just annoying. Like I was just trying to talk, trying to hang out, and it's just nonsense. Because you texted her, she blocked you. What? What kind of friend is that? That's a shitty friend. I'm gonna tell you something real right now. The friends you have today are not the friends you'll have in 10 years. It's very few and far in between people that will grow as you grow. And you need to just understand that and accept that fact. Like, if someone wants to be out of your life, let them. Let them, you know, see what their life is without you. And if they come, allow them to. Like, I feel like we're so fixated on like, oh, this is my friend group. Oh, this is my best friend. Oh, this is like, just, you know, let people be themselves. Let people find themselves. And if that means you're a part of their life, then good. If it means that it's not, then good as well. I think we need to really because I don't know, like clinging onto a friendship that isn't going well, like it's like clinging onto a relationship that's not going well. Because because you text her it was 1 a.m. I mean, she might just like might just blow over. You know what I mean? Like she's probably just mad because you got her grounded. Like don't make it worse. Don't say things about her. Don't go, slandering her on online or group chats or anything. Like that's the last thing you want to do. Just let her cool down. Talk to her in a few days and see what happens. You know what I mean? I mean, it's easier said than done. It's like it's just. I mean, I'm speaking from hindsight. I'm speaking from losing a lot of friends. Like it is what it is, man. But like, just something that comes with life. Just something that comes with growing. Um, I don't know. I really don't. I used to believe I had like hundreds of friends, and now I think I only have a handful. And I think that's really, really, really how we should approach things. It's when a break, you get 2 weeks off. So she's just ignoring you. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, don't think too much into it. Like, I'm telling you, if she's really your friend, she'll like forgive you in a week or two. Guy attacks you with a mop. What? Can you explain the context behind that story? I'm, out of all things to attack someone with, a mop is like my last option. I don't know. I'd rather, like, what? What? Why'd you get attacked with a mop? Were you like cleaning something? I have no idea. Please elaborate. He was drunk and stoned, junkie behavior. I mean, to attack someone with a mop is definitely junkie behavior. So I don't put it past that. But yeah, what's up, Frito Fest? Who was the guy saying bad jokes yesterday? I think it was Dacky. I think that was his name. Um, Dude, those were some of the worst jokes I've ever heard. If you guys want to hear like terrible, terrible jokes, like literally the most jokes, like lowest hanging fruit, like trying to do like the racial jokes that were funny in like third grade, like literally watch my stream from last night because that's all you'll see. Yeah, I got book recommendations. What are you trying to read about? Give me a subject or a topic. I'll give you some things to read. At least attack them with a dude. Teaspoons are deadly, man. Thriller. Um, Read The Trial by Kafka. That's the closest thing I've read to a thriller. I don't really read stories like that. When I read fiction, I like reading stuff that is not really about the narrative, but it's about the and the philosophy of the characters. But the trial is pretty good in terms of that. How was my day? It was pretty good. I can't complain. Um, Woke up really late, went to the gym, filmed a few videos, and now I'm streaming. I'm gonna write a story at some point today. But I not that I was procrastinating, but I just felt like streaming first. So that should be out later tonight. Any genre then? My favorite book is The Book of Mere Dad or The Trial by Kafka, the one I told you to read. If you like I don't know if Kafka's thriller almost like he has his style is Kafka-esque. They named it after him, obviously, but basically he writes stuff that's like very absurd and it's symbolic, yet it's also like horrific. Like his most famous story is called The Metamorphosis, and it's about a traveling salesman who wakes up one day and he's a beetle, and like he's a beetle human hybrid, and it's basically about how his family has to adapt to him and how it takes a toll on their lives. And I'm not going to spoil the ending to you, but it's a very interesting book, and that might actually be something that you would like if you like thrillers. It's very like it's creepy, it's weird, it makes you turn the page because you're like, what the fuck am I even reading right now? I think The Metamorphosis is a good one, actually. How's it going? It's going pretty well. Can't complain. Do you like First Blood book? I've never read it. What's First Blood? You're back from yesterday? Good to see you. Like an allegory kind of? It's not an allegory, it's Kafka, man. The only thing I can explain about Kafka is he's his own person, and to try to define him is to do a disservice. Like it's one of those stories that you can take in forms of an allegory. You could take it in the idea that like are we really valued by the people around us? Are we really valued by our family, or are we valued for what we can do for them? And it could be seen as an allegory for somebody that gets an illness and they can't work and they can't provide for the family anymore, but it could also just be seen as a horrific story. And that's the beauty of Kafka. Like it's dual edged in that it can be symbolic or it can just read as a work of fiction, which is why I love Kafka so much. It's really a shame he didn't get the recognition during his life, because like what could have happened if, you know, he got some sort of financial backing behind him, if, you know, he was free to write and he wasn't forced to write during the night and lose sleep and do all of these things to really, you know, get these stories out there. And all of his novels are not finished as well, and it's really sad. Like America could have been a tremendous novel. It really had a lot of potential, but it just abruptly ends. I'm reading The Castle right now, and you know, I know it literally ends in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, what could have been? Rambo, the book that I've never read it. Is it good? Yeah, the best thing about Kafka is it's all free because he died so long ago that it's not in it's in public domain. So you could probably get all of his stories online for free. I like the physical copies better personally. That's just how I read it, and then I like to it like makes it easier when I do videos. I can flip around. Like it just for me that's what I like, but you can also just get it online. How you spell it? Kafka. Hold on. I'll get it I don't have the Metamorphosis on me right now, but just look up, where did I put this book? This is the one I'm reading right now. That's Franz Kafka. That's how you spell it. Just look up Kafka. Yeah. Thanks, Just When Human. You realize something? What'd you realize? You just went to get more food. Does it count? Yeah, you're in the future. Dude, that's a great that's a great analysis. If they're why don't they just get houses if they're homeless? Have you read The Nightingale? No, what's that? The Castle? Yeah, that's the book I'm reading right now. That is it's seen as Kafka's most mature novel. I don't know. I think it takes away his elements. It takes away what he's so good at. It reads like a other books. It doesn't read like a Kafka book, which is kind of sad. Yeah, you got more jokes that'll make me laugh. Thank you. It's better than the guy last night. You found it? Okay. Yeah, that any honestly anything by Kafka you're gonna be impressed with. I think even if you don't like have a lot of time to pick something up, literally just read one of his short stories. I've read The Hunger Artist is the only one I read, I think. Read The Metamorphosis, and then I've read pretty much all of his novels. Um, it's just him. It's just so him. Camus literally dedicated like I think 20 pages of the myth of Sisyphus to Kafka. So if you want to know how respected this guy is, just listen to that. The Castle of Doom one. You're eating burnt toast. Why? Having 400 milligrams of caffeine right now, my heart. That's one way to do it. Do something, this is nothing. Okay. Is Kafka about dystopian reality? I mean, yes and no. Um, Kafka's weird because he's about, like, you can find all of the themes in his works, but you can't pinpoint them. He's, like, you couldn't really classify Kafka, like, I mean, I found out recently that he was like a devout socialist and a devout atheist, where I wouldn't know that unless I read something about his biography. Like, that's the great thing. Like, a great artist can kind of transcend like their personhood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you read Mark Twain, it's not, you know what I mean? It's like it's everything and nothing. Like, there's not really a political take, and like that's such a lost art nowadays. I mean, you read most people, you can kind of see through their facade. You can kind of understand exactly what they're trying to say. Whereas Kafka is just really critical of everything. It's almost like Dostoevsky, where it's like, I guess you could say Dostoevsky's like against the dystopian society, but it's like it's not so much critical about like the progress of society, but society as a whole. I think if Isaac Newton invented, yes, how did what happened before gravity? What happened? Pull the strangest face possible. No. You like poems? Yeah, I like poems. Um, to be honest though, like I like there's a Sufi mystic, his name is Rumi. I like his poems. I like if I read like I don't know, maybe I haven't read any Walt Whitman, but like I promise you if I read most poems I wouldn't like them. I don't like it's weird to me that you have to follow a set structure. I think that that takes away from the idea of poetry. The idea of poetry is you're using a different format of expression. You're using it to convey a message in between the lines. Whereas like if you're following a strict structure, you're rhyming, you're doing all these things. I think it takes away from that. Dostoevsky's more psychological approach. Yeah, well, I was saying it was the critique of society. I mean, if you read Notes from the Underground, it's the critique of society. That's what I was talking about. I haven't read the Brothers Karamazov yet. That's gonna be something I read soon. As cliche as it might sound, Annabelle Lee's my favorite. Who's that? What is it like to breathe out of water? I mean, it's all right. What would you choose, 5 mil or 1 billion? Let's see if you're a smart one. I mean, what are the strings attached to it? I think that's like, obviously, like the answer that most people would say is the 1 billion, but like, what does it carry with it? Does it carry a lot of responsibility? Like, do I have 5 million and I can go fuck off and not be part of society anymore, or the $1 billion I have to run a corporation, I have to be up all night, I have to do all these things. Like, I think the circumstances aligned with that question have to, match up. Yeah, one is less than five. Yeah. Oh wow, you weren't even asking a philosophical question. It's a poem by Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Edgar Allan Poe is he married his 13-year-old cousin. I'm not really for that. It's hard to read that guy and call him a genius when you find out that, but yeah. You're getting your MIT scholar soon? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, slam poetry, dude, I don't know why, but whatever reason Instagram sent me like these slam poems and they were just so like terrible. I was sending them to so many people, that's probably why I kept getting them, but like it was so bad. It's like it's almost disrespectful to the idea of poetry to have some of the poets say their poems. 5 million is nothing in Las Vegas casino. Yeah, I'm putting it all on black. Cool fact, I didn't know that. I think it depends on the poet. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, even Emerson. Emerson is a pretty good poet. If you read any of his essays, he likes to intertwine a poem in between some of his lines. My best friend unblocked me. She's still mad. Good, she should be. Yeah, poetry is something I need to probably read more. I've read like Shakespeare. I've read Homer. I've read stuff of that. Like, so I've even read some John Milton. Is that poetry? Yeah, that is poetry. Um, and the Canterbury Tales as well. But I don't know. I read that all when I was a lot younger, so maybe I should get back into it. Like even The Stranger, I read that when I was 17 or 18. I didn't understand it at all. I didn't really grasp what it was getting at, and I was at that time you know I called myself an existentialist, and it's like to not understand The Stranger and say you're an existentialist is so ironic. Wait, excellence. Well, my girlfriend's black, so I write something people find it cringe. I mean, the thing is, it's like I think you should write poetry not for the idea of pleasing others, but for the idea of pleasing yourself. It's an expression, and when it becomes an extension of yourself, that's when it becomes beautiful. Whereas most things are made for other people. Your face like ATM Grisman. I don't know who that is. Me and my other best friend fake date. What? I try to read Goethe, but it's not my type. His writing style is too ambiguous. Yeah, I have Faust. I just haven't read it yet. Um, I don't know. I'll read that very soon, probably. The thing about Goethe is like when you see someone constantly cited by the likes of Jung, by the likes of Camus, by the likes of Nietzsche, I think it's worth at least understanding their ideas. You don't have to really accept them, but like read the people who inspires you. I think that's a pretty good way to find new books. I mean, a lot of the things I've read, it's I hear it mentioned in passing in other works. I mean, the reason I'm reading this book is because for years I've heard about Emerson and I've really respected him. I read his quotes and I read all these things. I've read a little bit of him, but like the more I read of Emerson, the more I understand like he is up there with the likes of any philosopher, the likes of any great mind throughout history. I write to express feelings for awareness. For example, I wrote one about death from the military. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think it's like the thing about poetry is like everyone should be a poet. Everyone should express themselves, like whether it's drawing, whether it's writing, whether it's singing. Like we all need artistic expression. We all need that element of our lives to be fulfilled to really feel happy. Some people will go their entire lives without being creative, and it really shows. It really shows that they're lacking development in that side of their brain. But yeah, I think even if you're not going to show it to people, you should still do it. Why shouldn't you study French philosophy before Roman poetry? Because that would be putting Descartes before the horse. I don't get it. Some scholars say Hegel influenced Nietzsche. Yeah, he definitely did. I have to read Hegel at some point. I'm like, the thing about me is, it's hard for me to read a lot of those philosophers because, like, whenever someone is like so gung ho for atheism, I think I don't know, it's just very difficult for me to read because, like, it's so weird to me that these people are so smart, but they neglect such a fundamental aspect of the human consciousness, the human experience, as is hope and faith and these ideas that even if you don't believe it, it comes from a greater source. You have to give credit to the vast capabilities of these conceptions in humanity. Like, I mean, even if you don't believe in God, like think of all the great good that has come from it. Think of all of the churches and all these great works and the Sistine Chapel, the roof that Michelangelo painted. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can't discredit these great works and you can't say they weren't inspired by something. And like to put these to just delusion, to put these to insanity is very weird to me. Highly agree because it could make you grow as a human. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this even goes back to Freud. I think this is one of the only things that Freud really hit on. That like the libido is not just like a sexual fulfillment. It's a spiritual. It's a, I guess Freud wouldn't classify it as spiritual, but it's like a need to be respected, a need to be recognized, a need to have something tie you to this world. Do you know Shakespeare put a curse on his tombstone? I don't believe that. Some people believe that Sir Francis Bacon was Shakespeare. I mean, there's that whole conspiracy that he really wasn't a single man. And I think that that's quite possible. I mean, not much is known about Shakespeare, like his personal life. It could just be a pen name. I don't know though. I haven't done enough research, but I've heard a lot of like people that I really respect say stuff like that. So yeah, should get books from an author named Judy Curtin. I have no idea who that is. Because where he was buried, they would dig up the body. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know he has a entire wing of Westminster Abbey dedicated to him in the Poets Corner. There's a lot of great names there. Um, but I don't know if his actual body's there. Or it's just a monument to him. But yeah, it's weird. I know back in England there used to like not be enough land, so like if you don't keep paying, then they just dig up your body. Opinions on Mark Twain? I like him. I haven't read enough of him. I read him when I was a lot younger. Perhaps I should revisit his ideas, but I don't know. My favorite American author is obviously Emerson. So I'm just gonna ban you. There's why? Why? um, yeah, I really gotta go to the bathroom soon in the stream. I'll probably stream again later. So if you guys like this, feel free to stick around. And I linked my Discord in the description of this stream, so join that if you want to know what I'm streaming. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day.